Hey guys, Sap here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Hellhades is on holiday right now and there's been a bit of a news drop come in, so he has asked me to step into his shoes, into his hallowed boots, and record a video to let everyone know what is coming up in the next couple of days and weeks. So we've got some Champion Rebalances and we have a new Fragment Collector champion. So let's find out what is going on. So we've got some Champion Rebalances coming up in the upcoming update. So this will be probably patch 5.4. We don't really know anything else. We haven't any highlights, but I would imagine we might get some maybe today, tomorrow, maybe a little bit further on. So what are they changing? I like the fact they are continuing to do rebalances, even in small batches, as we have every single patch. It kind of keeps some of the older champions who've been power crept and other things brought up to date. And it's good that it just keep the movement going rather than us waiting 6 months. First up on the list is Ethos. Ethos is finally going to get the upgrade that everyone has been memeing about for a very long time. His weaken is going up to 25%. It makes sense. He's a void legendary. He shouldn't be getting a weak source weaken that most epics have the full value of. In E3's AoE, his A3 is getting a damage increase. We don't know what that is just yet, but we will know pretty quickly as soon as the game goes live. Which is good. He is one of the few champions that has block revive, so if it's a big enough increase, it could potentially put him up a bit on the rankings in terms of damage dealers. Right now he's kind of outshone by Foley, I'd say. Shiramani's getting basically what Scartosis had last patch. They've improved her A1 from 15% to 25%. That's not really that crazy, but it's, I suppose, nice. Rejuvenating Wave, which is the A2, is going down a single turn, and Ice Storm is also going down a single turn. That's just quality of life, just to bring it up to date. You know, those cooldowns of 5 and 6 turns were just way too much for sort of what we get released into the game in 2022. So those are the Champion Rebalances that are coming in the next update. And on April the 19th, we have a new Fragment Collector. So what have we got then? I will read out the sort of description that Raid have put for Gaius the Gleeful. Quite surprised it was a Knight Revenant. His name feels a bit Bannerlordish, drunken kind of person to me, but there you go. Again, the skin, as always, looks phenomenal. He's got some weird sort of sickle thing going on with really long horns. Looks pretty cool. Obviously we won't see the model until we get in the game, but so far, you know, typical Raid Shadow Legends champion. We've got a Knight Revenant. He's a legendary attack based champion. He's very much about bombs. So Gaius the Gleeful's kit is the quintessence of chaos and explosions. The A1 gives Gaius an extra turn when you kill an enemy, which is an extremely useful skill on Arena and when dealing with PvE content as well. Okay, yeah, I like extra turns on kills. It keeps the cycle going. Something like a Septimus, like a Gintoro, those are really powerful. It's got to hit hard enough though. With A2, he places bombs on all enemies and puts them to sleep. Even considering the current Stone Skin meta, you'll have no problem getting through that buff. Okay, I mean, sleep doesn't work on Stone Skin the last time I checked. And if the opponent has no stone skin on them, you'll be able to detonate the bombs even faster thanks to sleep. Well, you can't really make them faster, but okay. The skill will come in handy when clearing PvE waves. Okay. Using his A3, Gaius can deal quite a big damage, that's meant to be, by detonating all the bombs on the target and ignoring the unkillable buff. This is a counter mechanics to Swift Parry artifact set and champions with unkillable in this skill set. Gaius the Gleeful's passive skill is kind of a trickster move with placing bombs on the attacker and instantly detonating all the bombs when Gaius is killed. So, I'm not really quite sure the whole this is a counter to Stone Skin. Yes, bombs are a counter to Stone Skin, but one sleep is... I can see the logic here. You go A2, apply the bombs and the sleep at the same time. Obviously the sleep will come after the attack. The only problem is Resurgent, so you could end up in a situation where your damage is so high because you've got a lot of base attack that you proc Resurgent and you instantly get rid of the sleep that you've just placed or the bomb. And as we know, any champion that's got 2-turn bomb duration is always susceptible to the problem of hey, I just bombed, I don't know, Wither the Crowned or Mithrala or you know, any champion that's got a cleanse ability and your bombs just get instantly removed. But I can see the logic here. I don't really understand what they mean by PvE waves. I don't think anyone is using bombs anywhere in PvE. I don't think they do enough damage. Unless this guy's bomb multiplier is much more than anyone else in the game, which is I doubt. I can't see that logic. But, you know, let's have a look in terms of his kit. Extra turn on the A1 2-time hit. As long as that hits enough, you could cycle abilities. In the Night Revenants, I don't really think in Faction Wars you need another damage dealer when you've got Skull Crowns and Sinatias and, you know, Whispers. There's plenty of damage dealers out there. His A2 then, as I said, will AoE, you'll place to sleep, and then you'll place 2 bombs that detonate after 2 turns. So the idea is as long as the sleep lands, the bomb will land. So you do still need accuracy, but at least you don't need like crit rate like Shazar to make this work. Explosive Wit attacks one enemy 2 times. The first hit detonates all bombs on all targets. The second hit will ignore all unkillable buffs. Okay, that's kind of cool. It's a single target, but at least you can pick someone and go, right, you're dying. The only problem is he doesn't stop that target from being revived. And a lot of the sort of PvP meta has multiple revivers, Duchess, Siphi, Rector Drath. I've seen a couple of other revivers as well. You know, Godseeker in area is partially used. So generally speaking, unless you're blocking those revives or you've killed the reviver already, that's going to be quite tricky. Mad Bomber, I think the passive is the most interesting part here. When attacked, has a 30% chance of placing a bomb debuff on the attacker after 2 turns. Occurs once per hit. That's an important phrase. That basically means if you've got big multi-hitters, then you could land multiple bombs. So you see this phrase when you see Candrafon's passive. He gains a turn meter boost for each hit he takes. So if you've got someone like Ethos can trigger this 3 times. That would be 3 bombs on Ethos. So that could be actually quite good for PvE content if the bombs do enough damage. The second part, instantly detonates all bomb debuffs on all enemies whenever this champion is killed, is where I think you can get creative. You could possibly run this champion as a glass cannon, attack for the bomb damage, and then make him die. So bring yourself like 3 stone skin tanks and just let him die afterwards so that it destroys it, so it actually triggers the bombs, because that's the problem you're going to have here is what can you do to trigger the bomb. Ally attack in all battles by 25%, that's nice. So yeah, I mean, this guy's coming on April the 19th. It'll be a Fragment event, not a traditional fusion, which is quite surprising. Do I think he's worth it? Yes, I would say out of all the bomb champions we've got in the game, there's only really 3 viable right now, and they're all legendaries. That's War Mother, that is Lord Shazar, and that is Astrolith. So he would enter as, you know, if there is content that 100% requires bombs in the future, you're going to need a bomb champion. He's probably going to be a best shout. So I would definitely go for him. In PvP, I think he could be interesting. We'll have to see how he plays out, but it is always the problem of how can I get the bombs to go off and stay and keep those people dead. That'll be the challenge. So that's it for this video. Let us know in the comments below if you think this champion that is coming out is going to be very good and you're going to go for him and you're interested in him. And let me know if you have any ideas of how you think you might use him. Hellhades will be back in a couple of days, and if there are any other news drops in the meantime, you might see my face on this channel again. I will certainly be going for him, and I will be theory crafting over the next couple of days to see if there are any weird team comps that I can come up with. But otherwise, I'll catch you in the next video.